Guide to Getting Married with Josh Withers.
Hello and welcome to the Rebel's Guide to Getting Married. We've taken a bit of a hiatus through whatever the heck 2020 was and whatever the heck 2020 is bringing us. But we're back. We're bringing the absolute goods on how to get married and be married with purpose and reason and awesomeness and just joy. Just good old-fashioned fun. That's what this podcast is for, because we believe that being married is far greater than getting married. But of course, you have to get married to be married. So let's try and make that a really awesome process. My name is Josh Withers. I'm an Australian marriage celebrant. You can find me online at Hello Josh Withers or joshwithers.com.au is my old website. But let's get into it. This episode is about attending a wedding. This is for the wedding guests. If you're attending a wedding, this is for you. This is the Rebel's Guide to Attending a Wedding.
The Rebel's Guide to Getting Married with Josh Withers.
We're going to break this up into a few sections because there's the getting to the ceremony, being in the ceremony, post-ceremony, and then there's also reception speeches, that kind of thing. So I feel like people are weird about attending weddings. We've seen so many movies and TV shows. We've seen people like screw it up. I don't know. People are weird about attending weddings. So this is not going to be one of those podcasts that gets weird about that. Instead, I would just like to encourage you. You're obviously a special and amazing person. Not everyone is invited to the wedding. Like, you'll get there, there'll probably be 50 or 60 guests maybe. And so you're one of a small handful of people who the couple think is worth inviting to this moment. You've been chosen, you are valued, you are loved. Let's do this well. So, getting to the wedding. Don't be early, don't be late, just be on time. Read the invite. Honestly, that's probably the whole thing, is just read the invite. The invite probably goes to a pretty good detail. It goes into pretty good detail about how to attend the wedding. It'll say something like 3 p.m. for a 3:30 start, something like that. So that means just get there at 3. Not early, not late. For the love of God, don't be early. We're all there setting up. There's florists and stylists and sound guys. We're all doing stuff. We're not really in the place where we can talk to you because we're working. So get there on time. You know what? I feel like people listening to this probably don't need to hear this, but maybe just wear some nice clothes and have a haircut. I saw a guy the other day just was wearing his nicest HSV shirt. I thought, that's lovely. That's so nice. So be there on time. And here's the thing. Pull up a seat. It's highly likely that the couple have hired enough seats for everyone. And even if they haven't, it's so awkward to stand around empty seats. So just sit in the seat, and if you see someone who needs a seat, offer them the seat, like a polite, gentle person, instead of everyone standing around empty seats. I see it every weekend. We've got 60 or 80 seats hired. They cost about $10 each. So they spend $600 or $800, $1,000 hiring chairs, and I see everyone standing around them. And I just think, what a waste of money. You assholes. People don't know that. So here we are to talk about it. Rock up, find a seat. Now, if there's things to throw, petals, whatever it might be, throw them up in the air. I see people do weird things. They do this kind of pouring action on people. I see people throw them in the face, throw them in the air.
The Rebel's Guide to Getting Married with Josh Withers.
When we're in the ceremony, 3 things you can do. Number 1, if people come and leave, if they're rocking the aisle, if they're walking into the ceremony, if they're walking out of the ceremony, for the love of God, would you please acknowledge them with the loudest, clappingest, cheeringest kind of explosion of joy you can find? Number 2, can you pretend that you're at the wedding? What I mean by that, if something happens, could you respond to it? Could you not sit there in silence like you've just died inside before you attended the wedding? That if a joke happens, laugh. If something awesome happens, clap, cheer. Just be human. The third one, you're not there to film or photograph the wedding. I'm sorry, you might have a really sweet Instagram filter planned for the day, but just don't. Leave your phone in your pocket, leave your professional camera at home for the love of God, and just be present. After the ceremony, there'll probably be some family photos. You'll probably know if you're family because you're family. And if you're not family, get out of the way. Go to wherever the reception's happening. Let the family photos happen. It's hard enough as it is. The photographers and videographers and whatever are trying to wrangle grandma and you guys hanging around is making it hard work. So just move on to where the drinks are, because there's drinks there. Get into it. Now, with the food and drinks through the canapes and the heck for the whole day, this is all prepaid. Unless, of course, there might be a bar thing. I'm not going to talk to alcohol. But with the food, feel free to eat it because it's there for you. I just imagine spending hundreds of dollars per guest and the bride and groom see all these plates full of food because guests aren't eating it. I don't know. Just get into it. Take advantage of the facilities of there'll be lawn games maybe, or there'll be a photo booth, whatever, a magician. I don't know. Things happen at weddings. Take advantage of all this. Get involved and be present in the moment and just take the opportunity for what it is. We are here to gather as a community and just cheer on the couple getting married. So just do that. Particularly as we move into the reception, we're talking about the speeches happening or just events happening through the reception. Just take every one of those opportunities for what it is for you just to cheer the couple on. Clap. I'm not going to, you don't have to cheer if you're not a cheerer, but just take the opportunity just to make them feel loved and appreciated. If you do that, it's going to be a spectacular wedding and you'll be an A+ wedding guest. One final note. We're talking about on the dance floor. Get on the dance floor. Just go and do it. The couple have paid so much money for there to be a DJ and a band and they want you guys to have a ball. So get up there and just don't ask for a request because the DJ and the muso, whoever it's doing, they've got to play for you.
The Rebel's Guide to Getting Married.
The only other thing that I feel needs to be addressed in a video for people that are attending a wedding is the thing that everyone asks about online, and that's wedding gifts. This is an opportunity for you to be generous. Don't try and get the smallest gift, but also you don't have to do silly things, but just take the opportunity to be generous. Nothing bad has ever happened from being generous. No one's ever been like, oh, you were too generous, and they've shot someone or they've murdered someone for being so generous. Instead, people feel loved and they feel appreciated. And honestly, they've probably dropped about $500 for you to be there. I'm not saying you have to match that, but just know that they've been generous to you. So what a beautiful and sweet chance you've got to be generous back with them. This has been the Rebel's Guide to Getting Married. You can find me online at Hello Josh Withers is my social, and joshwithers.com.au is my website. Check it all out. And if you've got ideas for future episodes, please drop me a line.
Find the rest of the Rebel's Guide at the website www.therebels.guide and on social media at Hello Josh Withers. The Rebel's Guide to Getting Married is created by Josh Withers. Music by Jeremiah Buzniak. This has been a Withers XYZ production. Unless you didn't like it, which is weird because you're still listening.